So I'm with BlueValley Christian Church in Overland Park, Kansas. And about 5 years ago, the church made the hard decision to sell their building. A wise decision, but it is a hard decision to let go of a building. But they knew that they really wanted to invest in people instead of property. And so then they took about a year to decide they still wanted to be church. What was that going to look like? What was their mission going to be? And so we worked together on some different ideas, and we ended up landing at an independent and assisted living facility to be their church. And this is a growing generation, a growing population, especially with all the baby boomers. And it's usually a forgotten population and one with a lot of losses. Once they go into an independent or assisted living facility, they've given up their home. Eventually, they give up their car and their driving. Sometimes they've moved from other states or cities, so they've given up their neighborhood, their close friends, and a lot of times, lastly, they give up their church. And so we are there, and we're not just there just for worship. And some churches go in and provide a worship, and then they're gone until the next Sunday. And that's great, but that's a Band-Aid fix because, as we know, church is more than just worship. It's everything that goes with it. It's the fellowship. It's the outreach. It's all the other ministries that happen. So we still do all that. We just do it inside there with the residents and staff of this facility where we're at. Some of the things that we do, like I said, we also provide support for the staff. We're there to minister to them, to help them. We work together on planning activities. Sometimes we plan one and we do it, and sometimes they plan one and we help them do it. We have different outreach projects we did for the pet project. So we made rice bags for the shelter. So when a pet has had surgery or some kind of injury and needs a heating pad, they're always looking for somebody to make and donate. That's a very easy project that we could do together. And a lot of those residents either have dogs or cats or used to, so they're very much into something that will help their pets. We've had a beach party where some of the residents even got into it, did the water balloon fight with us, and a lot of the other activities. Some of them sat and just enjoyed the festivities. We did ice cream social. We do like bags for Meals on Wheels. So Meals on Wheels delivers meals to senior adults. So we decorate the lunch bags that they go in and sometimes write a little note on there. Right now we're gathering school supplies. So in order for it to also be something where the residents can have some hands-on as we collect those supplies, before we donate them, and these will go to Micah Ministry downtown in Kansas City, Missouri, we will write little note cards, and they'll make just a one-sided note card that says, have a great year, or, just something encouragement that will also go out to the kids along with their school supplies that they'll have. For the staff, we did appreciation. We did all-day snacks that we've had sitting out for them, which they really love. We give them birthday cards with just a little something. It might be a little treat. It might be a little gift card so they can go get, a soda or a sandwich somewhere. We've also put together workshops. One of them is on telling the life stories. So we look at different ways, different questions to ask, because if you just ask, well, what was it like for you growing up? That's too much. They can't remember that. But if you start to say, let's draw the house plan of where you grew up, and that's going to trigger a memory. Or we say, let's talk about the 1950s, whatever decade, and you start to say things, that's going to trigger a memory that they'll share. And so then we try to get others to come and help us to record some of these stories so that they have them for their family. We go in and help with the assisted living. They provide activities all day long. And so that activities director is the one doing those activities. And so we provide timing so that he can go get some of his administrative work done while we do the activities. And it's either way. He will plan the activity, so you just go in and do it, or we can plan an activity. So I had one member that was wanting to do it, but she just really wasn't sure, a little bit uncomfortable. So she came with me a few times while I led it and just did it. So then she got her confidence, and she has picked some different activities. And she said what changed her was she got so much joy seeing the enjoyment in the residents as they were doing the activities. And for some of the residents, they talk about, why did you want to come spend time with us? And they're kind of surprised. We say, because we want to. We enjoy being here. They understand that the staff has to be there. They're getting paid. They love the staff, but they also realize they're getting paid to do these things, and that we are just there because we want to be there. And so it makes them feel like a somebody again. They have a lot of wisdom to share, and we go and we tap into some of that wisdom and let them know how important. We have book groups that they join in. We figure, quite a few of them come to our worship, but whether or not they come to worship, the thing is they are all a part of our church. And so we interact with them in all kinds of different ways, and the different activities that we do. It's a very good partnership. When we first went there and we talked to the administration about our idea and what we wanted, and she was all over it. She said, this would be great. We would love to have you. So it's a win-win for both of us. They don't charge us anything. We go, we have a worship service, we're everything there. But then again, they get our help for activities. They have a chaplain now in me. So, we're both benefiting, and it's a very good. And they tell me when they go to their meetings with their parent company, all their other communities say, how can we get a church in our building? So one thing, they say, what makes your community different? And they say, their bosses always say, don't tell me the food or the activities, because that's what every community says. What is really different? And our community, our director says, we have a church full-time in our building. We have a pastor that's in our building 3 to 4 days a week for our residents and our staff. It is a need. There is a lot out there that have this need. And so other churches could also partner with a church that's in the building just to help with doing some of the activities, either on one that's planned or planning one and coming in and doing that activity. So I have information at my booth about it on our website, bvcc-silvercrest.org. We have a link to 5 videos that we've made that are all under 5 minutes that kind of say from the beginning, and some of the questions we asked, and some of the things, the stumbling things we did. We've been there 3 years now, and I would say the past 6 months to a year, we're really solid now. It takes a while because they've had so many losses. We need to build that trust up. So it's needed. Look in yours. If you can't go in to be full-time, have your church, see what other full-time activities or 3/4 time that you can do in the facilities that are in your neighborhood. Thank you.